Somerset struggle before the rain arrives in title decider. First place second in a winner-takes-all championship decider at Taunton as perennial bridesmaid Somerset welcome 2017 champions Essex. Somerset have put their hopes in a three-man spin attack as they welcome back England hero Jack Leach, but it's the visitors that hold the advantage after last week's results, with their 12-point lead meaning a draw will see them take the spoils and the forecast not favouring a result. Murali Vijay got Somerset going after the hosts adopted to bat by stroking Porter effortlessly through the covers for 4. But Sam Cook struck with his first ball of the match as the Indian edged behind, with Wheater taking an excellent one-handed catch. And he was at it again in his next over as he got one to nip back off the seam and pin Davies in front. Hildreth looked to fight back as he picked up stylish boundaries from consecutive balls from Porter. Essex introduced spin early in the form of Division 1's leading wicket-taker Simon Harmer. Hildreth and Abel looked to have steadied the ship as further boundaries took Somerset past 60. But disaster struck for the hosts as Harmer struck twice in the space of 3 balls. First he removed Hildreth for 32 as the batsman dropped back and was pinned in front, before the dangerous Banton had to go as Harmer got one to turn a long way and trap him plumb. Abel put away a full toss before the rain came shortly before lunch, with Somerset in a spot of bother at 75 for 4 as they look to claim the win that will give their long-awaited maiden title. The rain set in for the rest of the day, meaning no further play was possible and putting a further dent in Somerset's hopes of forcing victory. They'll hope they're left with enough time in the game when they pick up tomorrow. Van der Merwe gives Somerset momentum with 50 before rain arrives again. No play was possible after lunch on day 1 as Somerset's hope of forcing the win they need to claim their maiden championship title suffered a blow. They'll resume on day 2 in a somewhat precarious position at 75 for 4 and hope to post enough of a score to get their 3-man spin attack into the game. Play got underway at about midday after a delayed start, but Somerset may have been wishing that they'd stayed in a little longer as Harmer struck with just the 6th ball of the day as Bartlett deflected a ball straight into the hands of leg slip. Gregory obviously thought attack was the best form of defence as he came down the track to 2 balls in a row and inside edged them both for 4. Abel also picked up his first boundary of the day before Gregory fell in somewhat bizarre fashion, advancing down the wicket to Cook but failing to offer a shot. Dom Bess clipped a 4 wide of leg slip off Harmer to bring up the Somerset 100. Somerset looked to have steadied the ship somewhat, with Tom Abel picking up a couple of boundaries as lunch approached. And the interval arrived with Somerset 126 for 6 and Abel looking good for his unbeaten 45. But Simon Harmer couldn't be kept out of the game as the second session began as he got one to turn and pin Abel LBW in his first over after lunch, before the spinner completed his 10th fiver of the season just 3 balls later as he removed Overton in almost identical fashion. New batsman Van der Merwe didn't bother playing himself in as he got down on one knee to slog sweep Harmer for a maximum from his first ball, before repeating the trick in Harmer's next over, but this time with a reverse sweep. But Dom Bess was cleaned up by a beauty from Sam Cook that cut back to take his middle stump. Jack Leach came out to a hero's welcome and promptly sent his first 2 balls flying to the boundary. Van der Merwe was playing a fine hand as he continued to take a liking to Simon Harmer. A towering 6 over long on off Nijar took Van der Merwe to a brilliant and potentially match-changing half-century, before another maximum over mid-wicket off Harmer took Somerset to 200. But Van der Merwe fell playing one audacious shot too many as he was bowled behind his legs trying to reverse sweep Nijar to leave Somerset all out for 203 and hoping to turn their momentum into early wickets. The ball was doing a bit for Somerset, but the Essex openers made a solid start, with Brown finding the boundary 3 times early on. And the Essex pair reached the safety of the tea interval, 25 without loss, But that proved to be that for the day as the rain set in during the break. Somerset will hope for early wickets and a full day's play tomorrow if they're able to force a result. Cook keeps his cool to see Essex to title after Somerset forfeit second innings to make a game of it. There wasn't much hope left for Somerset at Taunton after the complete washout of day 3, with Essex set to resume 25 without loss in reply to the hosts' 203. They'll need to take 20 wickets in whatever time is possible on the final day to have any chance of claiming the most stunning of victories and denying Essex the title. Play got underway at midday, but another shower forced the players off briefly before Alistair Cook picked up the first boundary of the day with a sweep off Dom Bess. And the twin spin attack of Bess and Jack Leach gave the Essex openers a thorough examination. Before the pressure told and Brown pushed forward to a ball from Bess and Hildreth took the catch at the second attempt at silly mid-off. Another shower arrived soon after and took the players off again for an early lunch, with Essex 36 for 1. The Essex pair initially kept things tight after lunch as Somerset spinners found some turn, but when Leach dropped short, Cook put him away for 4 through mid-wicket. And Sir Alistair cut Bess away to bring up the Essex 50 soon after. Cook moved to his 50 as he put away a Leach full toss through mid-wicket. But with the next ball, Leach got his man as Banton took the bat pad chance at short leg. And 2 balls later, new man Dan Lawrence was on his way, with Craig Overton taking the catch on his knees. Somerset perhaps scented blood as T approached with fielders all around the bat, but Wesley was able to drive through the covers to move into the 20s. Before Bopara fell for just 1 as he found the hands of Abel off Van der Merwe. The interval came with Essex 118 for 4, but with Somerset still needing 16 more wickets in the final session, it looked certain Essex would be celebrating. But Tenduscarter didn't last long before Leach found the edge, with Abel the one of 6 men waiting for the edge to pouch the catch. And the set batsman was next to go, as Wesley edged Van der Merwe into the hands of Gregory via the keeper's gloves. Somerset's task went from impossible to highly improbable 4 balls later, as Harmer edged one to VJ. Before Leach floated one up and beat Nijar's defensive prod to trap him LBW. And with the very next ball, Leach completed his 5-wicket haul as he bowled Sam Cook with a Yorker length turning delivery. Wheatus swept Van der Merwe for 4 before edging the next delivery to the keeper to complete a remarkable collapse since tea and leave Essex all out for 141. It didn't take long for Somerset captain Tom Abel to forfeit their second innings and leave Essex a chase of 63 to win the match and secure the title, or Somerset 10 wickets to take in just over an hour to complete the most miraculous title win in county championship history. Essex didn't look particularly inclined to make a go of the chase though, before Alistair Cook got off the mark by tickling one round the corner for 4. The overs ticked down as Essex moved past halfway to their target with a Brown boundary, but he was gone in the next over as he edged Bess to slip, with Marcus Trescothick's presence as a sub-fielder perhaps inspiring a last Somerset push. And the captains shook hands soon after on a draw, with Essex claiming a deserved second title in 3 years, but Somerset having given them an almighty scare after the weather had ruined most of the first 3 days of the contest.